Hello, everyone. Um, my name is George, also known as South Cali Guy 87. And this weekend, we had the privilege of witnessing the first in its kind for DC, that is. We had DCFanDome, nicknamed by some Zach Dome, but we'll get to that in a bit. Um, DCFanDome was about 2 days ago, maybe a day or so, and it had a lot of content. It answered some of our questions, not all of them, but what we did get to see, the things we did get to see, I mean, it was actually a lot better than I thought it was. I mean, I wasn't going into it too ecstatic. I wanted to, hold my reserve, so to speak, when it came to the possible things we may or may not see, or things that we may find out, certain announcements and whatnot. Um, there were certain things that did not necessarily disappoint me, but I guess that was more or less me just hoping that, let this be known or let this get announced, and we kind of really didn't hear anything. But let's just start off from the beginning, if I can remember. Wonder Woman, we got a new trailer. Um, I I'm gonna go see Wonder Woman. I have no reason not to. I like Wonder Woman. I like what I see so far. It seems like it's gonna be very much so, like the first one, just in the '80s, kind of. That's kind of like the vibe I get. Um, So I have nothing wrong with it. The new trailer was cool. You finally get a look at Cheetah. Um, a lot of people are comparing it to the way Cats, how it turned out, the Cats movie. I've never seen it, but I've seen what they're talking about, the comparison. Um, I don't know. I mean, once I see the movie and I see it, more so, maybe as in, as it flows, and it's more, how do I say, because the way you see it in the trailer, she's moving a lot, so you can clearly tell that that's digital. But I'm more or less hoping we see, her talking, Barbara, or Cheetah, I should say, with the dialogue as her already, and the full look. So I want to wait and see how it actually looks with the dialogue, because we didn't really see any dialogue from her. But yeah, the trailer was fine. I won't say it hyped me, but I'm still gonna see. I was gonna see it anyway, so that's beside the point. Um, let's see what else. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let's give you a sec, guys. Give me a sec. Um, there we go. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. But anyways, like I was saying with Wonder Woman, um, I'm gonna see it. Um, I have no reason not to. So, I mean, it's Gal. She looks beautiful as Wonder Woman. She always did. Um, as far as the rest of the cast, I'm intrigued to see how Kristen Wiig will turn out as Cheetah. I think she'll do I think actually she'll do a really good job. Whether the Cheetah effects and the way it looks on film, whether that looks great or not, I mean, clearly that's out of her hands. So, I'm pretty sure she'll actually be really good as Cheetah. So, um, I'm not worried about that. But anyways, that's Wonder Woman. Moving on from Wonder Woman to, which I believe was the video game announcements. Um, we got what appears to be Gotham Knights, and it is basically the four, I guess you could say, in the Bat family, the four Bat children, kind of in a sense. You have Nightwing, Dick Grayson. You have Batgirl, which I think the Batgirl is going to be Barbara Gordon. I'm not 100% sure though. I have to look into that. I want to say that we definitely saw Red Hood, Jason Todd, but the Robin that was there, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Tim Drake. But it's basically, you have those four characters that I'm assuming, get to play as within the game, and it's the continuation of, I want to say possibly Arkham Knight, but don't hold me to that. It's just the way that the trailer started off. It makes you seem, or at least it's making you believe that Bruce is dead or Batman's dead. So that's why I'm kind of going with the whole, it's a possible sequel to Arkham Knight. So it's possible. I don't know. But it looked cool. I mean, it's very reminiscent of Arkham Arkham Knight. When you got to see actual footage, it was pretty cool. I mean, it's not like it's something I hadn't really ever seen before personally. I mean, I've played a bunch of different video games to see like, oh, that looks cool. And then the other video game announcement was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and I think this one was actually done by the creators of the Arkham series, I think, or if it wasn't the Arkham series, then it was the Arkham Origins series. But anyways, that looked kind of cool. The trailer was kind of funny. I did like the trailer. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little funny. I don't recall off the top of my head though if it showed any footage. It may have. I'm not too sure, but do not hold me to that. Let's see, but it looked cool. The trailer was funny. I won't spoil it, but I would highly recommend just go seeing the trailers for all of these. I'm going to be talking about, but I'm just going to keep it brief. I don't want to talk too much. Let's see. There was the Shazam 2 announcement, which is going to be called Fury of the Gods. It's got, for whatever reason, when you watch the DCFanDome, they brought in Kazam, I think his name is Kazam, I think. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. But it's the Sinbad when he's a genie. For whatever reason, he's going to be, well, whether the genie, him being the genie is going to be in it, I don't know. But Sinbad is going to be in the Shazam 2 sequel. How and, how that's going to play out, I couldn't tell you. I don't know what they're going to do. But, I mean, it looked kind of cool. The whole cast was there with the panel, and it was fun, and they were just talking to one another and basically just trying to talk to one another. As far as, like, trying to just, you could tell, like, they were just, because it's all previously recorded. Everything was previously recorded. So you can tell it was not necessarily scripted, but you could tell they had a sense of what they were supposed to say. Like, it was cute, though. They were just having fun. But yeah, that was kind of like that with all the panels. You could kind of get a sense of that with all of them because everything's pre-recorded. But that was a cute panel. It was fun. They gave us the title of the name, Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. And then, from there, we didn't get a trailer or anything like that, just the title name. But that was kind of cool. It was cool the way they went about, revealing it and the way that they were talking and stuff. It was cute, though. See, after the Shazam 2 announcement, I believe there was what else was there? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I believe it was, what else was it? There was, I can't remember. I mean, there was plenty, but I'm trying to save like the best stuff for last. But because we had Black Adam. The Rock came out and he gave us one casting announcement, but if you've been paying attention and following, The Rock on Twitter, you've kind of known this already for about like a month maybe. I can't remember the actor's name, but he came out with the panel with the actor who's going to play Atom Smasher. So he was there on like, a little virtual panel like I am right now, and they were just talking about how excited they were, and The Rock was kind of throwing shade, or I should say Black Adam was throwing shade at the rest of the Justice League members, and it was kind of funny and cool to see it because it was giving hype and hope that somewhere down the lines we could see possibly Henry Cavill and The Rock as Black Adam fighting Superman and Black Adam fighting against one another. And what was even funnier too, previously at the Shazam panel, Asher Angel, who plays Billy, who becomes Shazam, who turns into Shazam, he was mentioning to Zack Snyder, like, even though Zack wasn't there, he was like low key, like, I hope Zack sees this, and he was just like, hey Zack, could you somehow put me in the Snyder cut, like, it was all like they were. It was actually kind of nice when if you should have watched the whole thing. A lot of the directors and a lot of just the people that were on panels, actors and whoever, like artists and stuff like that, how some of them were showing, a lot more respect. Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman, which we'll get to, he was showing, respect for Zach, and even vice versa. Even Zach was excited afterwards. He went on, I don't know if he did it then on the panel itself for DC Fandom, but I remember later on that night he showed up on the Real in Motion uh, podcast, or maybe live stream. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he showed up on there. I guess it's Ben Everett's great guys, John Garza as well, awesome dudes. They had a bunch of people on their panel. I think I saw Stephen Colbert, I saw Dave the Film Junkie, I saw Chris Wong Swenson. There was the guy from the movie Marks, I believe, and then I believe there was a couple other people there too. There was a lot of guys on that panel, good guys on that panel. But they were just drinking, having fun, and then Zach showed up, and he just started talking a little bit more. But even how Zach was excited for Matt Reeves and the Batman, and it's just like it was so cool to see how here are these two great film directors, and they're low key, kind of subtly commenting on each other, saying great work. I'm excited to see what you have to show. And Matt Reeves was pretty much saying the same thing. I'm glad he got to release a Snyder cut, and how we can't wait to see it. It's a great feeling. It was so awesome. It was so amazing just to see that camaraderie between these two directors who have such a respect for one another. It was truly actually a sight to see. Like, that's how you wish the industry truly was, as a whole. But clearly that's that's not the world we live in. But anyways, back to the Black Adam panel with The Rock. He was just saying that it was basically trying to throw out that shade to the Justice League, and hoping that basically he said something along the lines of the power, the power shift, or I don't know what he said. He said something, but it was something along the lines of the power has now shifted in the DC universe, or something irrelevant like that. I don't know, but and that was kind of cool. So there's a lot of hope there, and what happens with the rest of the DCEU, so on as we go on. We also had the Flash panel. I don't think we got anything as far as any much casting news, or we didn't get a trailer either. Oh, side note, Black Adam panel didn't really have a trailer, but they had this really cool cartoon trailer. So I believe it's on YouTube, and you can go look it up. If you just search Black Adam DC Fandome trailer, it'll probably pop up. But it was kind of cool. But if anything, I'd advise you just to watch at least that entire Black Adam panel, so you can get an idea of what it is. It's not very long. I think it was maybe 10 minutes at most, maybe not even that. So, but yeah, definitely you might want to just check it out to see what I was talking about. And then the Flash panel was just Ezra Miller, and then you had Andy Muschietti. We know that Ben Affleck will be Batman in it. We know Michael Keaton will be Batman in it. What the story is, I don't want to speculate. There's a lot of people speculating right now. I don't know. I did speculate on a sort of a Flash thing, but this was prior to the Snyder Cut even getting announced. This was back in February. I wrote it. I tweeted it out. I have been tweeting it out here and there, sort of. It was literally just me BSing. Not really BSing, but it was more just fan theorizing. So I wrote this piece. It was just, if you ever should read it or not, I don't care. But it was kind of the start of what's kind of happening with the Flash right now, kind of having the different Batmans be in it. I didn't say, I'm not saying what I did is what's happening, or they stole from me. Like, no, bullshit. Like, no, I know for a fact they didn't steal my idea. My idea is bullshit. It's garbage. It's literally just fan fiction. So, but if you ever should read it, you'll understand exactly what I'm trying to say and how I'm saying it. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm just putting that out there. It's not great material, by the way. It sucks. Should you read it? But you get the idea of what I was trying to go for. And that was basically the Flash panel, by the way. Same thing with the Black Adam panel. Now we're getting to the good stuff, and I'm gonna go in order of how the panel went. You know what? Screw that. I'm gonna save the best for last, personally. So then we got the Matt Reeves the Batman trailer, and that was technically at the end of DC Fandom, which I knew we were gonna get something. I didn't know what it was, but according to rumors, and if you watch the trailer for DC Fandom, Matt Reeves says it basically like I couldn't come here and not bring something. So we knew he was going to bring something. What it was, we didn't know. But apparently, it was an actual trailer, and he's basically saying this is a Batman who's barely 2 years into being Batman. He's rugged as all f. He's more detective mode. This is going to be very noir. And after watching this trailer, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I'm in a sense blown away, but I'm gonna be very reserved. I'm still Ben Affleck Batman. I'm not saying that Robert Pattinson isn't gonna kill it because he's. I'm not gonna lie. He's looking like he's nailing this shit. He's gonna kill it. I know for a fact he's gonna nail it. But I'm gonna go ahead and say with my reserve that Ben Affleck is still my Batman. That being said, I loved what I saw from Robert Pattinson as Batman and Bruce Wayne. Um, you don't get to see too much. The only people I think who are talking in the trailer are, I think it's Jeffrey Wright, I believe, who's Commissioner Gordon, who's looks amazing. Just guys, he looks like Commissioner Gordon. Just it's Commissioner Gordon. Period. Um, the suit, you get a reveal of the suit, and Ben Robert, walking in it and fighting in it, and he looks great. He looks really awesome. It's fluid. He moves. It looks awesome. Uh, Also, you get to see Zoe Kravitz in. I don't know if that'll be her suit. It's a possibility that may be her suit throughout the entire film. I don't know, but it looked cool. I get it. If that's what the Batman suit's gonna look like, I get that being the Catwoman's like suit for now. Like that's kind of cool. It looked appropriate for what they were trying to go for, the aesthetic and how they wanted it to feel. It fits perfectly. I had no problem with it. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize, if the rumors are true, that we see, I don't know if it's Penguin or if it's Cobblepot or how they want to call him in the film, but I believe it was Colin Farrell as Cobblepot. And they show him about 3 different times in the trailer, and you even hear him talk, but I honestly did not know that it was Colin Farrell. They did a really good job. Um, Again, that's assuming it's Colin Farrell, but if it isn't, my bad. Then clearly it's not a different person. And if it is Colin Farrell, then damn, because that makeup is on point. He looks awesome. I have no idea what the story's about, other than I know the Riddler is coming for Batman in some sense because he has some info on Batman apparently. Who knows? But I did like the voice. It was very. If you've ever played the Arkham games, every once in a while Riddler will come on in the intercom and you can hear him, and that's Paul Dano's. It reminded me of that, but Paul Dano's voice is very haunting. Like obviously it's possibly dubbed and they modulated it or they did something to it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's literally just Paul Dano talking in and he's got this voice and you're just okay. You get all at the same time as you're watching this trailer. You're getting this is Batman, but you're getting noir feelings. So it kind of feels like you're watching a Seven movie. Kind of, if you've ever seen Seven movie with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey, it very much has those type of vibes, and I'm all for it. I've never seen a Batman taken more to the detective side, and it looks like that's the direction they want to go in. But from what I've seen, I honestly I couldn't believe how much action that they had filmed for it just being only 25% done, and it looks like there's already that they filmed. There's a car chase, you have a fight scene, you have you have a car crashing into what looks like a funeral inside of a cemetery with a bomb threat possibly. I mean, I couldn't believe they filmed what Matt Reeves was saying, only 25% of this film that they've only been able to shoot because of COVID. They've shot 25% of this film. And what you're getting looks like it was the trailer, I kid you not, even though it's a teaser, the trailer alone feels like the movie is done and it is coming out this weekend. I kid you not. I wanted to watch this movie. I am not. I'm not saying I'm a huge Matt Reeves fan. I'm not. It's just I haven't seen a lot of his work. I've seen both Planet of the Apes films, and they are amazing. I know he's done plenty more work other than that. It's just not registering right now. If you told me he did that movie, I've probably seen it, and I would have been like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." But I can't think of it right now, so I apologize. Don't hate me for it. I know Matt Reeves is a great director, and clearly in that trailer, just that trailer alone is enough for, yeah, I have to see this movie. Being a Batman fan, there's no way I don't go see this because I'm doing a disservice to Batman. So definitely going to go see this movie, and I hope you guys see this trailer. If you haven't, go see it. It's amazing. I'm definitely excited for it, but I'm going to hold my judgment because, like I said, Rob, I want to see more still. I know you're going to kill it. I know you're already killing it. This trailer is proving to me that you are going to kill it. But right now, nothing against you, Rob, but Affleck, you the bomb and justice, yeah. Which brings me to my next point. The grand finale, for me at least. And I know I'm going out of order because technically the Batman was literally the last thing of the Dome, basically. The last thing of the Dome was the Matt Reeves and the trailer for the Batman. So that was great. But for me, my main reason for being there, as being clearly, a Justice League fan, and just so a fan of BVS and Man of Steel, and wanting to see the continuation of that story. Clearly, I was there for the Snyder Cut. I had to. I watched the entire panel. Like I said, it did feel, because everything was pre-recorded, it did feel very much so, how do I say, like they were, I don't even want to say going off of a script, but it could have been exactly that. They were kind of going off a script, but again, that's beside the point. That's just me nitpicking it. It didn't feel authentic. That's all I'm trying to say. It just felt very like they rushed it together kind of thing. Anyways, but then Zach told us as far as when it gets released, it's gonna be four. It's gonna be 4 1-hour episodes on HBO Max, with also, once the 4 episodes have come out, I believe Zach said was he would somehow release it so that way it could be one continuous 4-hour film if you wanted to watch it like that instead of having to watch it in episodes. So I'm very much so looking forward to. But I'm gonna watch both. I mean, if it's gonna come out in episode form first, clearly, so I'm clearly gonna watch it that way. But I am definitely gonna watch it as movie format. 4-hour long sit through. I'm going to do that. The trailer, oh my god, that trailer. I didn't cry or anything like that. I came close to doing so. I wouldn't even say crying. It was emotional in the sense where it made me so happy, and it wasn't because I was happy because we're getting the film. It made me so happy for Zach. That's why I kind of got emotional, because it was just, like I said, I didn't cry, but it did make me feel like like congrats, man. Like congrats. Like that was all I could say. I wanted to say thank you because I know he's giving this to us, but it was more so this had to be, like at the end of the day, nothing I could have said or done would have mattered at the end. Period. So that's why I'm happy for Zach that he's getting this, getting this to happen. So I was happy for him, and that's deep down, because I know, like I said, I'm very much a bandwagoner for when it comes to the Snyder Cut. So there's no way for me, like I can be happy for this. Don't get me wrong, and I'm very happy for this, but it would be wrong for me to say this movie is for me, because it's not for me. This movie is for those true fans that were day one, and I'm not a day one, and I wish I was, because clearly those are the people that are getting rewarded. So right now, I don't feel like I'm getting rewarded because I don't deserve a reward. This is very much so for those fans, those day one people who hashtag release the Snyder Cut nonstop, who didn't give up, who raised thousands upon thousands of dollars for the American Suicide Prevention Fund. I'm probably saying it wrong, but for the American Suicide Prevention Foundation. And they've raised so much, they've done so many amazing things, and they deserve this victory, period. They've been ridiculed, they've been laughed at, they've been bashed and, butchered on their whatever, Twitter pages or Instagrams, whatever it may have been, just all for just wanting a man to finish a film that got butchered to hell and wasn't his to begin with, basically, because that wasn't Zack's film. I'm sorry. Justice League that came out in 2017, that was not Zack Snyder's film. That is not a Zack Snyder film, period. It's not. So I'm just very much happy that those people, I'm happy for everybody else, basically, because they really did deserve, Zack deserved this movie to be done correctly. And I'm happy for all of those that had anything to do with making this possible, because it clearly showed when you watch that trailer. I mean, you could see Zack was catering to the fans. He was basically throwing up a metaphorical, if you will, middle finger to all of the haters and the naysayers that had any bad thing to say about the Snyder Cut fans, the Snyder Cut film and its existence, and if it ever existed, to Zack himself, to the studios. Basically, this was Zack having a victory, and it was meant for the fans. So when you watch the trailer, you have Leonard Cohen singing Hallelujah, and it's a great version of it. Don't get me wrong; it's a very great version of it. If you've seen any of Zack's previous films, like Watchmen, you'll know that song is in it. That's the song where Night Owl and Silk Spectre, they get it on in Archimedes in the ship. And the first thing I heard when I heard it, that was the first thing that popped in my head, believe it or not. But I was very much so pushing it into the back of my head because I wanted to watch this trailer. This trailer had so much meaning behind it. And I get to the average moviegoer, they'll see a trailer with a whole bunch of no dialogue except for the very end, but it's basically a whole music video, if you will, kind of, basically, in a sense. It's kind of like a music video. You hear Leonard Cohen singing Hallelujah basically throughout the entire trailer almost, and you get images and clips here and there, or basically it's all clips essentially. But you get all of these great clips. Some of them, most of them, are brand new, never seen before, and it paints an entirely different story. Basically, it's a totally new story, and I'm so intrigued and I'm in love with it, and I can't wait. I want to see so much more. And the trailer, the trailer. I probably watched it so many times. I even watched a few other people's reactions to it just because that's how excited it made me. And seeing everybody, like, to see those actual true fans that were reacting to it and they post their videos, seeing them get emotional, that's where I kind of got it, was because these were the people, you could tell who this trailer was for. And when you watch them and you see these people who may be crying, their reaction videos, and they may be crying because of what they're getting, because of what they're watching, if you're going to laugh at them for that, I mean, I guess you can laugh at them, but it just goes to show you how much this meant to them. And you're laughing at them because of something that they want, that they've been wanting. And you can laugh all you want, but truly deep down, your laughter doesn't mean a damn thing. So if you're going to laugh at them just because, it's this, first of all, it's not even the film, it's just the trailer, and I get it. They're laughing or they're crying at a trailer, but this trailer has so much weight to it. I don't know if you realize that, because this trailer is solidifying so many things for these fans, these true fans of Justice League and Zack. And I want to be a part of that. They're a great community of people, period. They are. They will defend themselves if they feel like they're being bothered or bullied, and that's just how it is. That's a lot of the toxicity that, or that's a lot of the confusion with the fandom, is that toxicity. And there is no toxicity when it's people merely just defending themselves against bullies, essentially, but they see that as toxicity. And I know that, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people who are just big mouthed. Every fandom has that, period. I don't care who you are, I don't care what fandom you want to be part of or not. Every fandom has one. But yeah, clearly with Zack Snyder's, the Justice League and, the Snyder Cut, that fandom is a lot bigger than people realize it is. And of course, there's always, people who say things and they don't think it through. So It happens. We're not perfect, but this imperfect group of people did amazing things and got got a studio to make this, or to finish completing this man's vision. And that's awesome. That's a huge victory for them. And they deserve every win. And everybody else who's a naysayer, I'm sorry, but you just need to shut up. Literally, if you don't like the trailer, fine, but you probably didn't like anything Zach did anyways. So just shut up. Don't say anything. You don't have to say crap. If you're gonna watch the trailer, if you're gonna watch, what Zach's gonna put out with Justice League and his Snyder Cut, we know you're gonna watch it. We know you're gonna bash it. So that's fine. We don't care. You're doing it for clicks, but it doesn't matter. But yes, I liked it. It was really, really fun to see. I liked. I think it was. What was it? I believe it was. There was one clip in particular in the trailer itself that I was like, "Whoa!" And I want to say, in all honesty, it was the Flash, and that's assuming that's what it was. I'm assuming he's in the Time Force, or I'm sorry, the Speed Force. I'm assuming that's where he is because I've never seen it portrayed like that ever. And I don't get how people say it's a goofy run or Ezra runs funny. I don't see it. I don't know. I kind of just assumed he hasn't been Flash for too long kind of thing, but he's been Flash long enough. I just assume if this is his first time in the Speed Force, I'm gonna assume that. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm gonna assume it for the going off of this character. But if that was the Speed Force that we saw and him running in it, I I don't know. It didn't look bad. The effects, the shot itself is beautiful to look at. But as far as people are saying that Ezra still has like the goofy run, and I got the goofy run, sorta, not really. I guess, but it didn't look that weird. It doesn't look. I mean, in a sense, it would be like he's kind of like ice skating, wouldn't it? Or because that's kind of like the motion he's trying to go for. Because he's, I don't know what he's trying to go for, to be honest. But it doesn't. I don't see it. I don't see the goofiness of the run per se. I don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. Um, some maybe they might see it as it being goofy, I guess, but I don't know for sure. Um, but it does. If that was a Speed Force, oh man, that was so great. But there were a lot of new scenes in that trailer. I mean, you have Joe Morton doing something as Silas Stone with the mother box. I don't know what he was trying to do, whether he was trying to destroy it and sacrifice himself or what, but you see him get taken out Dr. Manhattan style, and just he like explodes, but it's more like of an implosion because it happens. It's like happening from the inside, and it just deteriorates and it becomes all bluish kind of looking. But I mean, I had no idea that was going to happen to Silas. I did not know that. I there was just, oh no, you might have. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. My apologies. What are you doing? I'm trying to finish this up. I guess that's basically me saying I have to go. But again, I just wanted to put out my thoughts. Overall, now you can't really see me right now, and I'm pretty sure you won't be able to. But oh, she's moving. All right, cool. Overall, my thoughts on DCFanDome. It was a lot better than I thought it was. There was a lot of celebrities on the panel. There was a lot of things to learn. The multiverse, there was a lot to keep people invested in watching it for those 8 hours. Now I know not everybody did. I know a lot of people probably just watched what they wanted to, and that was it, which is fine. But if you actually watched it, it was actually again, it was a lot better than I thought it was. A lot better. And I tip my hat off to DC, to AT&T, HBO Max for making it happen. So I can't wait for next year. We got Matt Reeves' the Batman. We got Suicide Squad, I think, is coming out. Oh yeah, that was another thing I forgot. I totally forgot about that. We got the Suicide Squad from James Gunn. We had a total cast reveal. Wow, I totally forgot about that. I have to finish this one now. I can't just leave this out. I totally forgot. Holy crap. Okay, so the Suicide Squad, James Gunn. We didn't get an actual trailer, but we got one of those B-roll kind of footage kind of trailers where we saw the cast in their outfits and stuff like that, and their costumes and how they looked, and for the most part, they looked kind of cool. The whole cast was there at their panel. I think they were all there. They played some kind of a game. I don't remember what the name of it was, but the whole cast was there that needed to be there. It was fun seeing them. They were all talking, having a bunch of fun, bantering with one another. We got two. We got two different trailers, I guess, but the first one isn't really a trailer. It's literally just the cast reveal, and it was done in animation style. Hey, stop that. It was done in animation style, so it wasn't all that great to look at, but it was cool. Being colorblind, so when I see stuff like that or of that style, it kind of takes away from me because I'm not really sure what kind of colors I'm looking at half the time. That's why I'm a huge fan of Zach, because his palette choicing of color, it's very easy for me to distinguish colors. And I'm not trying to be biased as, a fan, but in a sense I am, because his palette for color choicing, it's very easy for me to at least look at it because he uses a lot of dark colors. So I get it. For me, it's a little bit easier. When it's a lot of lighter colors, it's hard for me to distinguish what kind of color definitively it may or may not be, and I kind of just takes it away from it. Anything colorful, extremely colorful, not really a fan of, just because it's hard for me to distinguish and have to focus on what every single color may be and try to differentiate them, and I can't do that. It becomes very much so a headache, actually, because I don't know what color I'm supposed to be looking at or what color something might actually be. Hence why I can't join the bomb squad, or why I'm not supposed to be flying a plane, and I don't fly a plane, by the way. But yes, I did enjoy the Suicide Squad. It was fun. It was fun. Basic. That's all I got to say about that one. It was fun. No trailer, just the B-roll footage. We saw a lot of, couple of clips here and there. I guess nothing really definitive as far as what could be, determined as a story, like, or what they're trying to go for as far as storyline. No idea. So who knows? Um, but anyways, wow, I'm hitting the 40-minute mark. This is the longest video I've ever done. I know I ranted a bit on my own part too, so I apologize. But no one's here watching anyways, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3 done kind of a video. And I want to just say to anybody who does end up watching this in the future, thank you for doing so. You did not have to watch this. I'm surprised you watched all the way through. I apologize if I bored you at any point. I'm not good at this. Said it in every other video, and I won't say it if I ever make any more. I might make a few more when it comes to reacting to the movies once they've come out. But as of right now, I really have no more to say. There's nothing else for me to say, really. This is what I've been waiting for all year, and come next year, it'll be the same thing, and you'll probably see me then next year when it comes to Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out on HBO Max. That'll probably literally be the next time you see me. Unless I do a review, but I don't plan on doing reviews right now. I know I just kind of reviewed DCFanDome, but that's just because I wanted to say what I was excited about, and I wanted to congratulate everybody who worked on DCFanDome, because it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. I stood home. I didn't do jack. I drank. I had my adult time with other stuff, not, legal in some states, not legal, in others, but it's illegal in mine, so I partake. So I had my fair share, and I was not going anywhere. I was clearly staying at home. You should be staying at home anyways. If you have nowhere to go, just stay home, COVID. So, but just be safe, you guys. But overall, thank you to DC. Thank you to Zach. Thank you, Matt Reeves. Thank you, Patty Jenkins. Thank you, James Gunn. Thank you, Andy Machete, and all the fine actors who gave us, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who gave us, the reveals for all the panels and stuff. Montreal Games at Warner Brothers, Rocksteady as well, DCFanDome, Jim Lee, you guys, everybody. Thank you. It was a great, great turnout. I honestly, I wasn't expecting that, and it turned out a lot better than I thought. I dare I say, and this is truth, better than Comic-Con this year. And I thank you, DC, because I am a DC fan, and I was happy, genuinely happy. There was no way I was not going to see that. And this is history making, because this is the first time it's ever happened, something like this on this kind of a scale. And I don't know the overall numbers as far as how many viewed or how many watched or how many times trailers have been watched, rewatched, so on and so forth. But I mean, my excitement levels right now are truly through the roof, and I'm loving every minute of it right now. Being a DC fan, it's truly reward. I feel rewarded when I really had no reason to be rewarded in the first place. What happened with what happened with DC fandom? Truly, I can't explain it, but it was an awesome event, an awesome virtual event that was for free, and you didn't need to pay for it, and it was fun. I mean, it was something, pre-recorded, but it was kind of cool. It was for all of these reveals that we were getting, for all of the possible future implications that what's, to come with the future of DC. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And then not to mention this, there's still another day of DC fandom. It won't be until September. I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but there's going to be a part two. I have no idea if it'll be to this scale as the dome was, but I mean, if maybe they come out and they'll explain, what might happen with things to come. But I was happy. I was truly happy, and I felt definitely rewarded when I honestly didn't. I didn't feel like I should have been rewarded. And I mean, DC fans right now, we're eating good for easily the next, year or two, and then afterwards, who knows? But okay, well, I'm gonna just go ahead. Stop. Yeah. Okay. You win. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go, guys. I appreciate it. Take care, everybody. I don't know if you can see me. Just, just, yeah, no, just, I'm trying to, just, okay, hold on. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, thank you. Should you guys watch this, take care, everybody. I appreciate it. Take care.